How are you today?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. So last week we kind of left off with a few different things. We had talked about work, school, and the holidays approaching, and just overall how you're dealing with things. So do you want to pick up where we left off, or do you want to talk about something new?
Probably to pick up where we left off on the
Sure.
holidays. It's a very stressful time of year for me. I typically haven't been happy. And look at my sisters. They're both younger than me, and
Okay.
both of them are married and have kids, and they have their own traditions and other their in-law side of the family to go to. And I always have my mom harping on me, wanting me to come spend the night on Christmas Eve, and
Sure.
I just don't want to do that. I mean, I feel like I'm too old for that.
Okay.
And I'm always usually just depressed around this time.
Depressed?
Yeah, because I feel like I don't know if I'm feel like I'm being left out or left behind.
Tell me more about that.
Well, I see my family, my whole family. Everybody's moving away from each other, and this year we're not having a traditional Christmas like we usually do, and it's a little difficult for me.
Sure. What does that mean to you? Things are changing.
Things are changing, and people are growing up, and
Okay.
I don't feel like I am. I feel like I'm kind of stuck.
Stuck how?
Like I'm a child. I have the whole child feeling. I don't know how to get past that.
Okay.
But I this year my family, everybody's having their own individual families, like Christmases.
Okay.
And we're all going out to my parents' house. My sisters and I are going out there, and although we're all together, and it's my first year with Tommy, but it's hard because this is the first year that I have not had a big family Christmas.
Okay.
So I'm anxious and I'm nervous, but I'm happy.
So on one hand, I'm hearing that you're happy, but on the other hand, I have a sense of, I hear some anxiousness, and you're
I am very anxious because it's my mom is very critical of me.
okay.
So for me I mean, I love being around everybody, but to have my mom around, I can't. I'm always in the back of my head going, okay, is she gonna criticize what I'm doing or what I'm wearing or my hair or. So it's harder for me to be around them.
Sure.
But I think that now that Tommy and I have been together for over a year, it's our first Christmas together, living together.
Okay.
So this whole transition period has been very hard.
Sure.
So going into the holidays, it's making things a little bit more anxious for me.
Sure. Well, I'm hearing a lot of anxiety and kind of drawbacks of you wanting to be a part of Christmas and wanting your whole family to be a part of it, but you're having some anxiety.
Mm-hmm.
So overall, what I'm hearing is you love Christmas, but you're used to having your big family around, everyone around. But this year, it's different. Everyone's going off to their own thing, and it's making you feel like it's less of a Christmas. Am I kind of hearing you correctly?
Yes.
Okay. Tell me more about this year's Christmas, what your plans are with Tommy.
Well, we are going to either go to midnight mass on Christmas Eve,
Okay.
or we're just going to stay home and just sit around under the tree and watch Christmas movies or whatever. But then Christmas Day, we're all going out to my parents' house.
Okay.
But I'm looking forward to just hanging out with Tommy, and
Sure.
we're just going to make dinner and have some champagne and just have the tree on, the lights off.
Yeah, that sounds nice.
Yeah, and it's just I'm ready to just chill out.
Sure. Well, I've had a big family, but I've had a lot of people pass away in the last 10 years, so I can relate on enjoying a big Christmas and things changing with the years going by. So know, I think Christmas is a great time for you personally, and just to be together with your family.
Yeah.
So tell me about a past Christmas. How have you felt in the past versus this year?
We've only had like one bad Christmas, and that was the year my grandfather was ill.
Okay.
My mom and my aunts and uncles all went out to Las Vegas, and I've never had a Christmas without my mom,
Sure.
so that was different. But I mean, all the other Christmases, it's like we would all go to family's house, and everybody would be there. We'd be there all afternoon to the evening, and we would just talk and eat and play with the kids, and it was just a lot of fun.
Sure.
And for this week, I mean, this year it's gonna be fun. I have no doubt. But just to have just my immediate family is gonna be strange, because I've never had just a small intimate Christmas like that before.
Do you think that this is going to be a routine in the future?
Yes, I do. I think because everybody's growing up and getting married and have in-laws, so now everybody is going to the in-laws.
Okay.
And my mom and her sisters and brothers decided that it'd be better if everybody did their own thing, and we would have what we used to have was called a practice Christmas.
Okay.
It was when my grandfather would come in from Vegas, and he'd always be there a couple weeks before Christmas. And we'd have a practice Christmas where everybody would just come over, and it would be like Christmas Day, but on a different day. So we're going to do that, and then everybody will get together. But I just hope that we're not doing that this year.
Okay.
We're just going to have the individual Christmases.
Sure.
I'm hoping that having the practice Christmas is going to make it seem like Christmas Day.
Sure.
So,
Sure. Well, in the midst of all this, I think you're still being positive, and you still have, a smile on your face, and you're dealing with all the stress pretty well. I think, if we can find a way to work with your anxiety and not have it get to a point where you feel like you're escalating with your anxiety, I think that is something we can work on. How do you feel about that?
that would be good. I need to find a way to I'd have to figure out this anxiety, because it's not doing anything for me.
Sure.
So,
Sure. Well, I think we had a great session, and I think we can, see each other after the holidays, and you can tell me how everything went.
okay.